In the age of digital media, YouTubers have evolved into modern-day celebrities, placing significant power over their fans. These content producers frequently push boundaries to keep their audience interested because they have millions of subscribers and can rapidly reach a worldwide audience. This video will discuss various YouTubers who got into trouble with Real Gangsters. Welcome to True Crime. Let's get started. Neon. It was a video of Neon supposedly being jumped by gang members. His admirers think it was all planned, just like everything related to his career. With 200,000 plus YouTube subscribers, Neon, real name Rangesh Mutama, uploaded a video titled, "Neon is Dying." The video said that Neon had a brain tumor and had experienced a seizure. It also claimed that Neon's brother had uploaded it. Neon's final words, a video he released 2 days later, shows Neon in his room saying he wanted to pass his channel along to others so he wouldn't lose his content. And it all appeared very staged, with an indication of very poor acting. Even though he was aware that his supporters had discovered his deceit, Neon continued to say that he would be having surgery and that if things went wrong, he would bleed to death. On December 26, 2019, a video compilation including Neon's greatest moments was released on his channel, along with an announcement of his passing. Even though these videos have since been taken down, we can guarantee that the public was extremely offended by them. A week later, after realizing that his absurd plan to get views for his videos had failed, he came out to say that he was still alive and that his claimed brain tumor and seizure had only taken 2 days to recover. Accordingly, an abundance of YouTubers would produce videos criticizing Neon for his crazy act. Even so, he couldn't stop himself from trying again. 14 November 2023. Neon posted a video titled "Neon Gets Jumped by Punchmade Dev" live on stream to his channel after getting himself into more foolish, clickbait activities than we know about. Now in this video, Neon and Punchmade Dev, a rapper from Kentucky, can be seen strolling along the streets at dawn. However, near the end of the roughly 3-minute video, a random guy in a hoodie and sweatpants takes a cheap shot at Neon from behind, and Punchmade Dev joins in the attack. The video then cut abruptly, but his admirers could see that it was a planned attack. How do you get attacked while there are 5 other guys and your security team nearby? He was not genuinely believed by anyone. In a TikTok video, some individuals in black coats are seen approaching his house, and one of them punches his security guard many times before running away. Neon was hiding behind the driver's side of his vehicle as everything was happening. However, Neon was again assaulted by fellow YouTuber Fauci during an Adin Ross livestream. That event appeared to be more real than the others. Jack Doherty. Jack Doherty is possibly the most obnoxious YouTuber and streamer we've seen. This man became well known back in 2016 after creating a channel under his own name and uploading his first video, Marker Flips Twice in a Row. His video secured him his first 100 subscribers and laid the groundwork for what was widely anticipated to be his steady position on the platform. He gained millions of views for each video as he gained popularity over time, but he also attracted a great deal of enemies along the way. Jack started posting videos of himself performing the Floor is Lava challenge in Target and Walmart in 2017. As a result, he was kicked out of a number of places, and his supporters became aware of his unsettling behavior. He would then relocate to Los Angeles with his family, positioning him as a decent child in a crazy city, while also forcing him to do more stupid things, the majority of which occurred during his live streams. Doherty was IRL streaming with Fauci and Neon in August 2023, when Fauci threw water at him for referring to him as a beta male. However, this resulted in him being also smacked by Fauci. Additionally, he had a feud with one of the Island Boys, and it seemed like one of them would smack him in the face. The unfortunate thing about this situation is that Jack was the victim of a massive attack by Easy Prime at his own home only a few days before. During a collaborative broadcast between Jack and Easy, an attack started by hitting Doherty in the face. However, that assault would be brought to the attention of local cops. But Jack objected when asked if he wanted to file charges. While these are only a handful of the numerous instances where Doherty was physically assaulted for being a jerk, none of these can be compared to the beatdown he got from a complete stranger. December of 2023. Doherty and the man he was fighting with were said to be wearing a t-shirt that Doherty's bodyguard was wearing. Following his advice to the creator and crew to act appropriately around his child, there was a heated exchange between the two parties. And when Doherty turned to walk away, he was jumped by a random old guy walking toward him. At this time, it is safe to conclude that the name Doherty is synonymous with mayhem. The same can be said of Zherka, another YouTuber. However, Zherka prefers to go things a bit further. Zherka, probably one of the most contentious YouTubers and broadcasters nowadays, is John Zherka. This guy became well known in 2019 when Rajkalor asked him to a Twitch stream. From then on, Zherka gained popularity on Twitch as a just chatting content creator and on YouTube for his humorous videos. His YouTube videos now featured him discussing gender, politics, religion, debates, and maybe even a little humor. He would criticize Andrew Tate on YouTube and Twitter, frequently discussing the flat earth and other bizarre conspiracy theories. However, Zherka started becoming popular for the wrong reasons after a while. Zherka has been banned from Twitch multiple times. The first ban occurred in 2019 due to a violation of user policies. Then, in March 2021, for the second time, after clicking a picture of a girl in a bikini. Following the ban, he stated that he believed it would be harmless because girls regularly appear on Twitch wearing their bikinis in their living rooms, posing sexually for millions of dollars. Zherka then moved to Kick, a different streaming service where he too had a few bans. But that was after he messed up some fellow streamers, Doty and Aden Ross. In November 2023, Zherka sparked controversy in the influencer community by posting disparaging remarks about Doty's mother and Aden Ross's former partner, Pama Baby. Zherka's words, intended at Doty and Aden, fueled their enmity, with Zherka threatening to find Doty and fight him on the street. During a live stream, Zherka managed to locate Doty on the streets of Miami. However, he ultimately suffered a beating. During the altercation, Zherka walked up to Doty, initiated the attack, and got put to the ground in less than a minute. After this event, Zherka was ridiculed by users who posted comments along with texts like, "Imagine coming prepared with the UFC gloves and provoking a drunk guy with his girl, only to get embarrassed." Zherka is a perfect example of how size is meaningless in combat if one lacks fighting skills. However, now, as a result of this street fight, John was placed on a temporary kick ban. Johnny Somali. Ismail Ramzi Khalid, also known as Johnny Somali, has had a number of controversies recorded throughout his live streaming. Prior to moving to the US with his family in 2000, this man was born in Somalia. Subsequently, he enrolled at Arizona State University, but left to devote himself entirely to live streaming, beginning with his YouTube account. Khalid usually streamed himself as a tourist, touring in different countries. While this made him famous, it garnered him a lot of backlash, along with fists to the face. When Khalid visited Japan, he became very anti-Japanese against the people there, making remarks about the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki and threats of bombing Japan with nuclear weapons. Now, some of the locals who recognized him in public have attacked him and called him racial slurs on multiple occasions after these remarks were made. It was also claimed that he had once been attacked by a Yakuza member who came up behind him and attacked him. However, Khalid continued with his annoying actions. In June 2023, this individual went to the Tokyo Disney Resort and played music with racist lyrics while recording the reactions of people without their consent. 2 months later, he went to a construction site in Osaka, where he yelled Fukushima at the construction workers. In addition, he got into a fight with a few employees, which resulted in his trespassing charge. This man was detained for several months prior to appearing in Osaka District Court. The court ordered him to pay a fine of 200,000 yen, or roughly $1,400. Even though Khalid won't have any issues with it, the lawsuit hasn't been fully dismissed, and Khalid has said he will stop IRL streaming. So it's quite evident that Khalid needed some legal problems to calm down regarding his racial remarks. Crypto King. Aiden Platursky was allegedly kidnapped in December 2022 from downtown Toronto and held captive for around 3 days, during which time his captors reportedly demanded a ransom of $3 million. Also, Aiden Platursky was compelled to create a video to explain what happened to the money his investors invested. In the 12-minute video, Aiden started out by telling the story of how he gained a lot of money investing in cryptocurrencies in 2020 and then chose to invite friends and family to participate in order to grow his holdings. When the cryptocurrency market tanked the next year, he lost a ton of money. Rather than alerting everyone about it, he attempted to recover his losses but ended up losing much more. Platursky then apologized to investors in a raspy voice while rocking back and forth in front of a wall. There were scars all over his face, and his right eye was swollen. Aiden provided more information about what had happened during those 3 days after being released. He claimed he was waterboarded, assaulted with sticks, and mocked with a firing squad type of execution. 6 months later, 4 men were arrested for Aiden's kidnapping, with one of them, 39-year-old Akil Haywood, investing $740,000 in Platursky. Charles Veitch. Charles Veitch is one of the most controversial British YouTubers that is currently active. He's not even British, anyway. Veitch was born into a wealthy oil industry family in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. As he got older, he relocated to Scotland and attended Edinburgh Academy before graduating with honors in philosophy from the same institution. Following his graduation, he joined the British Territorial Army, and he eventually made the transition to YouTube. This is where the tale takes a dramatic turn, so pay close attention now. Veitch utilized his channel to record protests and conspiracy theories, in contrast to other YouTubers who produce vlogs and a wide range of content. One of his most popular and controversial videos featured him arguing with local authorities, who told him not to film outside Manchester Town Hall. Stars including Jerome Flynn and Matthew McFadyen were spotted at the town hall during filming for a crime drama. However, when Veitch attempted to record footage of the TV set, he was told by a man purporting to be a police officer that he had no authority to do so. The altercation was captured by Veitch, who released it with the caption, "Angry fake cop attacks me on public street." In a short amount of time, the video gained millions of views after going viral. Additionally, Veitch was presumably motivated to repeat the video after witnessing its popularity. But things didn't work out very well for him this time. On November 5, 2023, Veitch began recording some young males he said were being spoken to by a plainclothes cop. He now asserted that the gang was involved in a phony charitable scheme and said that one of the men threatened him before he pushed him back. Several young males began walking up the escalator to catch Veitch. The video then cuts to footage of security staff grappling with the young man holding a chair. The next thing we knew, Veitch's camera was falling out of his hand, and he was knocked unconscious. No one is entirely sure how this whole affair began, and the video was utterly odd. Maybe those guys really were gangsters after all. We're not sure. Last but not least, Tanner Cook. Tanner Cook, another YouTuber, was receiving gunfire for pulling off a crazy, outrageous joke. After attempting to pull off what he described as a straightforward, practical joke on a man who wasn't amused by his shenanigans, he was shot on April 2, 2023, in a mall in Virginia. Mr. Cook is a member of the Classified Goons, a group well known on TikTok and YouTube for their hilarious videos that have amassed millions of views. Their content is usually lighthearted and sometimes immature. Now, while that kind of stuff could be entertaining to some, it didn't exactly make 31-year-old Alan Coley smile. The incident occurred when Cook utilized Google Translate to express an offensive statement to Coley, who was at a shopping center retrieving a DoorDash order. Coley tried to put the phone away and asked to be left alone several times, but Cook persisted and grew uncomfortable around him. As a result, Coley pulled out his gun and shot Cook in the stomach. A bystander would immediately phone the police, who quickly came up to take Coley into custody. Cook survived the attack after being taken to the hospital for emergency surgery, so the investigation would focus on Cook's behavior, demonstrating a pattern of bothering people for the sake of his pranks. Cook does a variety of things, including pretending to vomit on a ride-sharing driver, entering into restricted areas of fast food restaurants, and even bothering shoppers in stores. Cook essentially wants viewers to react dramatically to his videos in order to get more views. Meanwhile, during Coley's trial, his legal circumstances suddenly changed. Coley was eventually found not guilty in spite of accusations including shooting in the conduct of a felony, aggravated malicious wounding, and discharging a firearm within an occupied building. His defense lawyer said that Cook's acts were menacing and prompted Colley's act of self-defense. He went on to argue that Cook's pranks were not designed to entertain, but rather to confuse people in order to generate views, underlining the awful effects of such activities. The outcome of his legal action highlighted the blurring lines between internet entertainment and its real-world consequences. Finally, while the promise of viral fame may motivate some YouTubers to succeed, others fail. However, instead of putting themselves or others in danger, content producers should aim to create interesting content and think about how their activities will affect society as a whole. Our thoughts and prayers go out to those involved. We hope you enjoyed our true crime overview of the YouTubers' mess with Real Gangsters.